Hello, my name is Julia Pierce, and I'm going to talk to you today about familiarizing yourself with the acoustic guitar. Now, all the pictures that you're going to see in my presentation are pictures of my own personal acoustic guitar. I've been playing the acoustic guitar for about 14 years, and I use it pretty much in my personal time and just that intimate moment that I worship to Jesus, or I can use it at times and have used it in corporate worship. So why do we learn about the acoustic guitar? Well, the acoustic guitar is one of the best guitars, in my opinion, for its intimate, pure, and organic sound, and it can be played by a left-handed or right-handed musician or performer. Now, I'm a right-handed performer, so I'm going to strum my strings with my right hand, and I'm going to hold my guitar, the neck of my guitar with my left hand, and depress those notes for my chords with my left hand. Knowing each part of the guitar will help you become familiar with how you'll perform each activity when you learn to play the guitar, such as tuning the guitar, strumming the guitar, and restringing the guitar. So let's begin. All right, so there are three main regions of the acoustic guitar. We have the top region, which is region 1, called the headstock. We have the middle region, which is called the neck, and that's region 2. And then we have region 3, which is that bottom part of the guitar called the body. And in the headstock region, we have the tuning pegs, the capstans, and the nut. In the neck region, we have the frets, strings, position markers, and fretboard. And in the body, we have the upper bow, rosette, sound hole, waist, pickguard, saddle, bridge pins, bridge, and lower bow. All right, so we're going to focus for the moment on region 1, which is the headstock. Now you'll see on the right, I have a picture of the headstock of my own personal guitar, and you will see that I have notated here tuning pegs, capstans, and nuts. So the tuning pegs adjust the string tension by turning them forward or backward to give the appropriate sound. The capstans attach to the tuning peg, and the string is threaded through each of the tiny holes of those capstans, and then they're wound to secure the string. And then the nut is that little white cream area that extends from the left to the right side of the guitar, right below the headstock and right before where the neck begins. And that nut separates each string and transfers the vibration of the sound to the neck of the guitar. All right, region 2 is the neck. Now, in this specific slide, we're going to talk about the frets and the strings. There are 20 frets on the neck of the guitar, and each of those frets indicates an area for the specific octave that you're going to play. So you're going to place your fingers in between each of those frets, depending on which note that you're playing. And then you'll strum with the other hand down at the bottom. And then we have 6 strings, and those are played for a sound when the fingers from one hand are placed on each string as needed for each note or chord. And then you pick at the bottom with the right hand, if you're a right-handed player like myself. Now you'll notice that there's 6 of those strings, and they go from the left side of the neck all the way to the right side. Now on that thicker, the left side, you see that thick string. That's actually the lowest note of each octave. So if I'm playing an E chord, that would be a low E on the left-hand side, that thick string. And then I would go through that octave all the way to the right string, which is that thinner string, and that would be my high E. So the thicker the string, the lower the note, and the thinner the string, the higher the note. All right, so now we have position markers and the fretboard. So position markers are those little dots that go down the length of the neck, and they mark specific frets to indicate the neck position to the performer. Now, I will tell you, I use these a lot as a beginner, but the more that you play, your fingers and where you play, you tend to gather a memory and keep it. And so you don't really need them so much going forward. And the fretboard is that dark brown wooded area that's behind all of the strings where you have your frets and your position markers. And that fretboard allows for the fingers on one hand to push down on the strings while you're strumming on the other hand. So if the harder that you push, you're going to get a better, clearer sound. And of course, if you don't press very hard, you probably will get no sound at all, or it will just sound awkward. All right, region 3 is the body. So for this slide, we're going to talk about the upper bow, the rosette, and the sound hole. Now, we actually have 2 upper bows, and those are what are called the shoulders of the guitar. So you see that on the right side that I have notated, and then you have that same upper bow on the left side. And it really just provides the upper form of the body, so it's just aesthetically pleasing when you look at the guitar. Now we have the rosette, and those are the little designs, the circular designs that surround the sound hole. And again, they're just for aesthetics, and they provide, just that beauty to the guitar. They can be different colors depending on what kind of guitar that you get. And then you have a sound hole. And so when you play your chords, your notes with your hand and your pick, you're going to make sure that you play them over that sound hole. You don't want to play them below it because you're not going to get a great sound, and you definitely don't want to play them above it. All right, in this one we have the waist, the pick guard, and the saddle. And so the waist, again, is just for the form of the body of the guitar, and it's the portion between the upper part of the guitar, so those upper bouts, and then the lower part of the guitar, which are the lower bouts. And then we have the pick guard. And so the pick guard is there so that when you are strumming with your pick that you don't damage the wood on your guitar. The pick guard is usually made to be also aesthetically pleasing, but it's made of a specific kind of material so that it doesn't scratch as well. And then we have the saddle, and you'll see that it kind of looks like the saddle of a horse, and that's really where all of those different components are there to separate the strings and transfer the vibration to the top of the guitar. And then finally, we have the bridge pins, the bridge, and the lower bout. So the bridge pins, and there are 6 of them, you'll see. So this is where each of the strings are placed, and they're threaded through the tiny hole, and then they're pushed into the saddle to hold them in place. And then the bridge is what anchors the strings and transfers the vibration to the soundboard. You'll see it's again the little cream line that goes above those bridge pins. And then we have the lower bout, and that provides the form of the body and the aesthetics of the guitar below the waist. So what are our next steps? Well, you want to make sure that you're familiarizing yourself with the main regions of the acoustic guitar and knowing what each part and where each part is located on the acoustic guitar. And that's really just the beginning of the journey as a musician. The next part of this exciting new chapter of your life continues with learning how to play the acoustic guitar. You could take lessons with an individual or at a place that gives lessons, which may include a fee per lesson. You may also take lessons online through various media platforms such as YouTube, Rumble, or TikTok for free by other content creators. Thank you for enjoying my company, and thank you for allowing me to enjoy yours. Have a good day.